Yes.
Yeah.
Yo.
Vocals and them things there, you know. Mad.
Ain't no false settle. No?
No.
Ooh,
No.
ooh, baby.
Why's your mouth open like that? Yuck. Have some decorum.
No, I'm trying to hit the notes, man.
Absolutely not.
Why is your mouth like that, did you say?
Hey, yo, early.
Hey, yo.
I say, why's your mouth open like that?
Hey.
Wow.
Chill out. Tough crowd, please. Thank you.
Tough crowd.
You should have seen Chrissy's face. My man said he's not gonna, but he licked the ice in though. She's like, whoa.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
You're big age. Grow up.
So over there doing Rap Genius, deciphering lyrics and that. No?
Digging the icing ain't bad then, no?
Depends who's.
Right.
Yeah,
Depends who's icing.
Yeah.
Depends whose icing it is.
Yeah.
Mad.
You don't discriminate. If that's what you're into, enjoy yourself, innit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's 2023, man.
I don't judge.
Yeah, it's a new day and age, man.
Get in there.
In there like swimwear. At any point, Chrissy, feel free to interject, you know.
Come on.
Give us your thoughts, your feelings.
I'm right, thank you.
You're not one to be shy and quiet.
I'm so fine, thank you.
Oh, you fine?
Yeah.
You started this dialogue, to be fair.
And it could have ended there, but no.
Oh, but this is what you got to do pre-pod stuff. As soon as I get a little energy somewhere, we just go there.
You see the hairstyle.
Come on.
You know.
Fine apple.
Jeez.
You see me?
Come
on. It's true. I enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good look.
Just need my hair out my face. And I just want to try something different, man.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
We've got to see the shape up still.
Black hair is versatile, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Niggas with locks are getting away with, like, you know, the
Murder
hairline allegations. So,
No.
you know, you got to fling it up and you know what I mean? Pause.
Hey.
Hey, yo.
That's too early doors within 5 minutes. I said you got to fling it up.
I mean, you
Legs
gotta-
in the air like chandelier.
like a Tesla.
Suicide doors.
Oh, mate.
No, too early, Chrissy? Don't act surprised, man.
The man them enjoy it, man.
This
They
is the road
said
to
that they're in their
400, man.
soft
We're trying
life.
to get us there
it's true.
strong, get me?
They said that they're in a soft life, innit? So let the man them enjoy.
Act bad summer for the man them.
Not
And
bad.
bikini doors and that.
No, I love the man them. Once that the sassy allegations like started becoming widespread, we didn't even fight against it. We just embraced it.
I love that for you.
It was the memes that were like sending back at like
Yeah.
the sassy allegations. That was jokes. All right, cool. If that's what we are.
But is that what was really going on in the community? Like the man them with the locks, they're saying that certain man are growing their hair to hide the hairline. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I wasn't aware of these allegations.
Maybe like because I'm team short back and sides.
Oh, okay. So is there a natural bias over there?
Maybe I'm banging for the team.
You spreading the hate,
Yeah.
the propaganda,
The propaganda.
the lies, accusations.
Accusations. Accusations.
Hey, did you see your dog, Ricky Rose?
Yeah, man. He lost his footing.
He didn't lose his
footing.
footing, bro.
His knee gave way.
Both of them.
They
Plural.
said, ooh.
You wear that much, it might happen.
I won't say
Big
what
belly rude boy, innit? He calls himself the big belly rude boy.
I won't say what part of the world, but there's definitely like a K-leg, like inverted pandemic for some people
I hear you.
of a certain size,
the
and it
knock
happens.
knees and that.
Yeah, like when you have to body's having to overcompensate in it. So
Do you know what? Yeah, like if I'm the host of the party, I got to be entertaining at all costs, and he is the number one entertainer.
So you're saying Rose did this on purpose to go viral?
I don't think he did, but like everything he seems to do
Is hilarious.
is hilarious in the social media hemisphere.
Because we had another dive last week as well, which was Asake. He said,
Hey,
Mr. Molly with the vibe.
Mr. Molly
you
with
lot
the
paid
vibes.
premium tickets for Afro Nation.
Nah, but the run up was insane. Like, who was you racing, bro? Like, what?
I cried tears over that video.
He said, Joe.
Fam, he proper did a mad run up.
To be fair, there was a bit of distance to cover because if he didn't run up, he couldn't have just jumped off stage. Like he had to.
No.
He had
Why
to
was
clear.
he jumping? Why was he jumping off stage?
Bro, he did long
I'm trying
jump.
to give you guys money's worth, innit? We're trying to like, you know, marry Afrobeats and rock and roll together. And I'm trying to give
That's
you this.
Afrobeats and athletics.
He was moving like Jonathan Edwards.
Fair.
Like, bro, what was you going for?
What made it even more fun to me, I looked, I was like, it didn't look like the crowd caught him.
No.
They didn't.
Because I won't lie to you, that Afrobeats crowd, it's not really a mosh pit
Soft
and,
life.
Fam.
and like a crowd surfing.
But do you know what? The other thing that I saw was Sam Smith.
That was that really Sam Smith though?
I don't know.
It wasn't.
Because
Who is it then?
Yeah, you have to be safe because that's in the era of
wasn't
like
Sam
Hey.
fat phobia,
Yeah, that is true.
LGBTQ.
That is true.
All I'm saying is be careful.
That is true. I only saw it on social media and I didn't see it in the mainstream news. And Sam Smith is mainstream, so
okay. So
it probably ain't him.
Let's say for the agenda was Sam Smith.
Yeah.
If you're front row also, what songs does Sam Smith have that require him to jump off stage?
This is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his new shit.
Yeah.
I know that he's switched it up a lot from his debut, but I still don't see anything that he has that warrants him jumping off stage. That's mad.
Chrissy? Thoughts?
I'll leave the men to the men's business.
Who? No, all right, cool. So let me pose this
But
question.
he's they, them, so like
Non-binary.
yeah.
Yeah, they.
Um,
Them.
Oh, you
I'm
thought he
staying
left
out
us?
of everyone's business.
Oh, okay. That old chestnut.
All right, so let me pose this question, yeah.
Go for it.
Which artist, yeah, would you catch if there was a jump off?
I know you'd catch Jay-Z for sure.
I wouldn't catch him.
You would, man.
I
So,
really wouldn't.
Duze stocks and shares.
I proper wouldn't.
I'm trying to who?
Janelle Monáe.
I'll catch his wife.
Fair. You definitely
I would
catch
catch
Janelle
her.
Monáe. You wouldn't catch her? You wouldn't catch Janelle Monáe?
Oh yeah, I'd definitely
I'm about
catch
to say,
her.
he's about to kick you out of the RNA community, bro. What the fuck's going on over there, bro?
Nah,
Yeah,
I
catch her, bro.
I was talking about Jay-Z's wife. I'll catch her for
Yeah,
sure.
come on, that goes without saying.
Janelle Monáe, I'll definitely catch. You know, light work.
I'd catch Jill Scott.
That's why you've been going gym.
I haven't. But I'm
What are you
still
not on?
ready.
What are you not on?
Muscle memory, innit? Janelle
Oh my
Monáe, if you want, yeah, Janelle Monáe, maybe. Trying to think.
That'll be the easiest catch.
I'd say 50, but he might spaz out and that.
Sorry?
And then just elbow man and that. I remember seeing some old footage
50
of
is
him in
heavy, you know.
I think he was performing in Africa. I think it might have been Angola. And
Shout out to my
someone
people.
tried to snatch his chain, innit? And he banged, he just started crashing out in the crowd.
Shout out to my peeps.
Yeah. Shouts out to people, and obviously. Bro, the conversion rate, you might as well steal that chain, bro.
Mad.
I'm not mad at them.
I heard that they did that to Fat Joe as well.
Oh, really?
He was like, yeah, it was serious.
Maybe that's why all these American artists don't really tour Africa. They've had traumatic experiences.
That's happening to them, man. And these
Yeah.
people want Beyonce out there.
Yeah.
Mad.
No, but they do, not to go off topic, we do need more international acts to tour Africa. I know
think-
some of his infrastructure and stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is to do with that, and especially like if you're used to a certain standard, and obviously not to knock what Africa's doing because they've got a live circuit for African artists to exist in.
Definitely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like not even just like Afrobeats artists, but African artists throughout the continent. So
For sure.
I think the only time I've seen a massive gig is in South Africa.
They had like a big music festival that time with all man, Casper, Neovest and all them, man.
Yeah, and
Stormzy was out there, Jay-Z around the same time as well, I think.
yeah, Jay-Z and Beyonce headlined that
Oh,
that show out there. But we would like to see the same thing across, and I think people are calling for artists to include their tours or their major tours in Africa.
And some of it's money as well because of how the tickets are paid for, currency, exchange rates. Like when they actually do the maths in the end, for some people it's not worth it, unfortunately. Sometimes it just comes down to money.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, and we've seen
Taxes
American
as
artists
well.
like go out to Nigeria, for example. I saw the Migos; they had a show out there.
Yeah. Versace. Sorry.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and this was like Migos at their peak.
oh my god.
This was Migos at their peak.
Yeah.
But I think if they were to do like the arenas, like if you want
It's a lot of
artists to
stadium
do
stuff out there, yeah.
stadium and arena stuff, then
Wasn't
you
Mika
know,
Nat in Ghana? Recent was that last December or early part of this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny one.
There's stage shows for them, but I just don't think they see it as worth their while. Like, and a lot of American artists, like, they still struggle with understanding their metrics outside of the country.
Say Uganda.
Uganda.
You're a nuisance.
I love
When
it.
R. Kelly went
What?
to Ethiopia.
Oh, was that
Do you have your passports?
Do you have your shots?
Did you get your shots?
You wanna go to America?
I only know that because of the pair of you. And until I watched
No, when
it with
someone
my
said it
two
to me, I was like,
eyes,
"You're lying."
couldn't
And someone sent me
know.
the video. I was like, "Is this like a skit or something?" They're like, "No, he was genuinely at a concert." And I was like, "Sometimes people hide in plain sight." Yeah, I was like, "Whatever they said that man did, he did." Because he was a passport bro before the passport bros.
Yeah.
True.
But imagine though, like, imagine you're back home, yeah. You like, you know, one of the times that you go back home and you're out with your family members to a show because an artist has come over.
Yeah.
And then he's there like saying, do you have your passports?
Do you have your shots?
Let me bring you back to America. So he's been a deviant globally.
Brother, he's a deviant in plain sight, man.
Wayward human.
Aaliyah's cover, man's the murky figure in the back with the leather vest on.
So scary.
With a bald head.
What kind of interval are you having in your show to be saying that?
I like, you know what it is? He's probably been dead serious.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all.
You know when like singers like have like the little moment where they've got the band just playing
and they go low,
background
low,
music.
low.
Like,
Low, and
let me say some shit. Let me talk.
Oh my God.
Let me talk my shit into the crowd in that. And he then proceeded to say that.
Hey man, whatever they said that man did, he did, man.
Men are so scary.
He's scary. He's the scariest.
Them man over there is scary, man.
Yeah, when he did the national anthem at the boxing fight.
What was wrong? What happened with that?
He made it into a whole production.
But wasn't that like
yeah.
not too long after like some scandal and stuff?
I don't know, bro, but he turned the national anthem into like a Step in the Name of Love type of rhythm. And I'm like, everyone's like waiting for, you know how like the American national anthem, when you've got like a, I don't know, when Whitney Houston sang it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Classic.
Like, she made it her own. She made it like it was a gospel thing. Like that's how like
You've got to give it some
mad
soul.
It sounds.
Oh, do you remember Fergie's?
That was bad.
Awful.
Was that at the basketball when everyone was cringing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laughing even.
And that was that created some memes.
That's a big stage though, like being called to do the national anthem like at a massive sporting event and you mess it up.
And for Americans, they're very, very proud people. That's something I like. They're very patriotic. You've got to get that right.
Yeah.
If you don't, you can mash things up, innit? So,
Boy.
yeah. But I say that to say this. Hashtag off the cuff pod.
Come on.
We are back. A good, honest conversation. Never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first week, welcome.
Oh.
Huh.
Sorry, Chrissy.
Oh my gosh.
My name is Fols Forever.
I'm Mr. Vans.
And we're joined by the Chrissy Hive.
Chrissy Hive.
Hi.
The young blonde bombshell.
Hello.
She's here.
Yeah.
Not in men's business.
Yep.
Wow.
Hear it.
Yeah, maybe about 15 minutes in, we'll see how long that lasts, innit? How's everyone doing, man?
I'm waved.
Are you alright?
I can't even.
You know,
I just come from
little
my
work function.
My work summer party.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
yeah.
whatever I say, it's not me. It's AI.
What would the what was bleeped out last week? I see a tweet. Someone said, "Oh,
I don't know. But I just know that if we bleeped it, it was insane.
we." There's only one man that's going to bleep something.
One man.
Hey,
I said, not too much on me.
not too much on me.
Okay, cool.
No, but sometimes we have to be guided.
Safety first.
Yeah.
I would like to say, yeah, over the years, we've given you guys enough brazy content that we're allowed to bleep for like 6 months in a row.
It's true. And
Even if we like do like 2 episodes a week. There's so much stuff out there back in the day that if you're like at any point, these guys have gone PC, they've gone soft. No! You want my old shit, buy my old albums.
But then, like,
Oh.
people, yeah, for real.
But every now and then, though.
people do say that we're one of the least problematic. And I'm like,
I can't wait to disappoint you.
do you just listen to podcasts or do you just skim through it?
No, I don't think we're that bad, but I think you know it is. One thing, you can't please all the people all the time. And definitely in comparison to some other content out there,
Yeah.
I would definitely say we don't move way certain men do.
We're sensible.
I don't know if they're doing that stuff for shock value or that's like how they truly are. But there will be times when, like, you know, like there's like polarizing topics. I'm sure there's times you've said stuff on it people haven't agreed with, innit? And those are usually the weeks where the hashtag is booming. The weeks when we've had a decent pod, it was cute, it was lovely, wholesome.
Elon's like, you know, he's brought in this limited thing.
Oh yeah, I see everyone's knickers in a twist on,
And yeah,
because they can't use their Twitter properly.
it's part of like people's day to day.
Yeah, it is.
So, you know,
That was funny watching people like, I have to save my tweets for Love Island or I can't tweet right now. I'm like, I'm not going to act like I'm above being online loads because I pick up my phone in the morning, I might go and search. Cool. Anyone message you for a night? Cool, everyone's good. Nothing's happened to the
no
family.
DMs.
We don't really check DMs first thing. That's just too risky, bro. You got to wait till you're on the way when you're on the way to work when you're outside the house.
Eye crust in your eye and you're checking DMs.
Man's got to sleep with his eye.
You're actually shameless.
I hear it.
Wait.
Oh my God.
So if I'm looking at my phone, can I not look at my notifications?
So that's what you do early in the morning before you've even washed your mouth, looking at DMs.
No.
Terrifying.
Looking at my phone.
The same thing that DM might spruce him up.
The same thing that you do. The same thing that you do. So what? If you woke up, and you looked at your phone, you received a DM, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna look at it now because I got a crust in my eye.
I don't have notifications.
That's a lie.
I don't have notifications.
Boring.
Or
you turn yours off?
I haven't, like, even when I get a message or anything on Twitter or anything, it doesn't, I don't get the notification thing. Only when I go inside the app, I'll see it.
Is that because you're trying to wean yourself off the phone?
No, I just don't care. I'll see it when I see it.
You know, this isn't the time to be super mature in that line, man.
So, what now?
Allow it, man.
A lie?
You try to separate yourself from me and Vans. Notifications on at all times. What are you talking about?
Anything else?
No, not on at all times.
I'm
Sorry.
playing. But yeah, no, Elon's had everyone scrambling and that. I think they want people to pay to use that app, you know?
I will never.
And that's never going to happen.
Never.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'll get
sorry.
YouTube Premium before I get Twitter.
We built this city.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We actually built what this is, and it's just a billionaire having a tantrum.
But I saw it when they had what was the whole thing with the blue ticks, like the tiers where like you can pay. People definitely paid for.
Oh
blue ticks,
yeah.
and I'm sure they made hundreds of millions.
Mad, bro, mad blue ticks just appeared overnight. You pay for that shit. Don't try it.
But then when you click on their tick, it will tell you like why they got their blue tick.
Social media validation's got us in a chokehold. That's crazy.
It's like the Selfridges yellow bag. Like if you had the paper thing, you got it from
don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it.
You got it from Primark upstairs.
Don't do it, man.
Try it, man.
It all counts.
A little Mac.
Don't do it.
A little Mac downstairs on the lower ground.
We're so full of shit, man. Stuff we shouldn't care about.
You didn't have the paint and joint.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So Elon didn't have you in a chokehold, Chrissy, because you turned your notifications off.
Yeah.
It looks like it's corrected itself though. So
yeah, it does look like it's corrected itself. When it first happened, I was just like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
But then I was like, do you know what? Great. My Sunday was hella productive.
You're saying you got bare shit done. Saying booming. Business is booming.
Watch me get my life together.
Trust.
I love that for you, man.
But it didn't make sense for him to do it because you've got an app where you rely so heavily on advertisers.
Yeah.
Or selling adverts, and then you're going to limit
the amount
traffic. Of it makes that was never going to last.
Yeah.
Ever. It's just stupid.
I've never seen Jack being so popular.
Oh, the former owner of Twitter.
Yeah.
Jack Dorsey?
Yeah. Everyone was atting him like,
you raggedy bitch.
He probably turned off his notifications.
It was so funny. I reckon them man don't even they probably wrote a dummy phone that doesn't have any of that stuff on there.
Yeah.
Because they know how addictive it is.
Yeah.
I started watching little episodes of Black Mirror after you guys gave that little like review, and it makes a lot more sense with stuff that's going on. Like, things like this, some of the episodes, like you're right, they don't link into each other, but they're definitely early episodes where I was watching the one with Damson Idrisin. I was watching that one, and the guy was, not to do spoiler, but the guy was kind of fucked up because of his
old,
activity.
bro, so it's okay.
Yeah, of his activity online and done a Mazar, kidnapped stamps. I was like, oh, this is what these people talking about.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really
so
good.
yeah, I was into it and that, but yeah. Have you obviously I know you've been in the gym, Pilates and that.
Jeez.
Have you joined them for the viral challenge, Walk to Jericho?
No.
You don't want to walk to Jericho, no?
Thank you.
Join the baddies, man.
I support them.
Just Geen says she's trying to turn all the women into baddies by next year.
She was getting cooked in her initial tweet.
People are so sad.
And I was like, rah, just because you're a big babe, it don't matter.
True.
It's fine. Like, she's not saying that this is what you will achieve. She's saying this is what I achieved by doing this.
And people obviously asked her, like, if it doesn't apply to you, just keep it moving.
Fam, it's just one of those things that doesn't need a small print.
And obviously there is like bad PR for PTs on at least Twitter anyway. I don't know about like Instagram and other social media platforms for like
So it's bad for it's a bad
of course.
bro.
Maybe that's why Elon needs to limit stuff, innit? Because he's like chatting too much shit. But like what I've seen is definitely bad PR for PTs when it comes to the way they almost, if people perceive it as they're shouting at their clients in terms of like fat phobia, or they're not as sensitive. Like I think people, if there was someone that come out with a PT that was a bit more maybe empathetic to bigger people, or wasn't as like, you know, like it feels like people are very harsh and strict, because it is true. There are some things where like, regardless what you do, if you don't maybe up your water intake, walk around more, lower your calorie intake, nothing is going to change, innit? But how some PTs communicate that, a lot of people look at it as maybe like fat phobic or really stern or dangerous, like diet culture and stuff. So I feel like that's what they're trying to push onto her. But how I read it, and of course biased because we love Geen, she was on here, shouts at me, it's after 7, was, yes, I'm a PT. I did this walk-in challenge in conjunction with what I do previously, and my years of training the muscle memory.
Bruv, I've known Gina for like maybe a decade now, yeah?
Okay.
And she's always kind of like, since I've known her, she's been on a fitness thing, but it's fluctuated, like, and obviously she just celebrated 10 years of just Geen, right? So it's been a long journey,
of course,
for her, like just to get to this level. And then obviously she took it a step further to be in the shape of her life. Like, this is obviously...
No, bro, we saw it at Malt, yeah. One girl tapped me. I said, look at that ass. When girls are like, yo, hey.
Hey, yo.
Even from the pictures, wow.
But bro, like, obviously, like with this, is like, I haven't seen her as she is today.
You know, this is like the high, like,
do you know what I mean?
Things like with
so
Gymshark, you know, things are booming for her,
yeah, man, it's not like, and for the people that followed her as well in her fitness journey, not just like because the tweet's gone viral, obviously sometimes it will get into the hands of people that hasn't necessarily been aware of her journey, but it's just one of those things where she is a fitness babe, but she took it further by doing this. This is what I did. And maybe you might not get like this, but it will take you a step further if you do this.
And it will definitely be better than whatever you're currently doing,
bruv.
Because if you walk around, you move more.
18K.
Yeah, 18,000 steps a day is crazy.
I ain't heard of the term 18K as popular as when Mandem started talking about the rollie.
Now, if you attach a rollie to the back of one of the Mandem and make us chase them, we'll get them
maybe
18K steps in it.
Yep.
Sharp.
That 18K double whammy.
Yeah. So, I mean...
But she did clap back and had a little joke of like a fupa joke. I was like, you know what, I'm not going to say... Fat phobia is that, in my opinion, I don't really care about fat phobia when it comes to men. Yeah. It's open season, I think. If you're fat in it. As a man, innit? This is what it is, innit? Vice versa. I stay wearing black. Anytime I'm in between bodies, I just be wearing black, innit?
In between bodies.
You know the rules. Come on, man. It's the BBL gas me, man. I thought they have to work out. But when it comes to women, I know it's...
like Ari.
No. When it's... chill out. When it's with women, I get it, innit? But like, I don't like that thing online, and Gina aside, where people are getting onto someone and then they react, and then you go, oh, you this ism and schism. Was it the nicest thing to her to say about, oh, listen, if you don't want to, I'm paraphrasing here, if you don't want to join the challenge, enjoy the fupa. No, but if you've got thousands of people getting onto you and you clap back once, like, it's fair game, man. Yeah. I'm sure there was loads of things that were maybe just said of, you know, like, kind of misleading, you was already a PT, to the other extreme, and maybe some rude stuff, innit? One tweet in response shouldn't cause people to be like up in arms and like, because everyone likes to also say, oh, you can't police people's reaction to stuff, innit? Yeah. And these are a lot of the same people that if someone says something to them, everyone, like, you know, as soon as some stuff happens, all the mental health advocacy, all that stuff goes out the window. You're crazy.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Like, because that's why I just be tweeting less. I just find stuff funny, but I just can't. This is my medium, really, innit?
Yeah.
And I try and leave my stuff with the group chat, and when we have off chats on the phone and stuff. But everything I see online is just funny. I'm like, you lot are just hypocrites, man.
It's true.
Absolutely.
Just embrace it more and more, man. Be like me. Just walk in your truth, man.
I agree.
Yeah. And if you lead with that, it also allows you to kind of embrace it. Like, hey,
but people like are more self-aware than, you know, you tend to give them credit for. Like, you people know that you're a piece of shit, so they won't walk in their truth.
Yeah. Instead of you to walk into Jericho.
Yeah, instead of you to be walking to Jericho, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to join that challenge for sure.
All the big mummies have joined as well.
Oh, hey, what? Oh, okay.
That's what they're saying, bro. Like, it's not my thoughts.
Oh, yeah. These folks, I got a ghostwriter.
I'm just, you know, regurgitating what I've seen.
Yeah.
So,
Do me a favor, Vans. Disconnect your Bluetooth. I just need access to to the thingamajig. So yeah, where Chrissy hasn't joined, you got Pilates and stuff. You're fine. Natural bodies matter, and that you don't need to
Come on.
You're fine. Me and Vans do it, obviously.
Jeez.
But Vans in the shape of his life. Man trained for the sports day, didn't even do it.
Oh.
Hey, I'm training to feel good.
Okay, you got to stay ready. So you don't have to get ready. I respect it.
See, love that.
Yeah, no, listen, it's needed, man.
Back off your top.
Hey,
What,
listen,
live on the pod?
Yeah.
that's a crazy. Save that for the live show. You know what? You guys want to see us in the flesh?
All right, listen.
Buy these tickets when they come out.
I don't know if it's going to lead them to our YouTube. Then maybe.
So I'm gonna wait for him to be in optimum shape here, and then drop the flyer. I'm just just cut off the head and say, this is six pack. If you want to see it live in the flesh, come to the
I
live
would
show.
never do that.
No, Chocolate City vibes.
I mean,
You said you're clapped. Wow.
Hey, how do we get there? Is that you in men's business again? Like I said, first 15 minutes you started off great. Please don't break any of my headphones, by the way, as well. But chill out, man.
It reminds me when that person said, like, oh yeah, I can see from the corner of my eye the guy was coming to chat to me, and I said, be guided.
What?
What's that mean?
That sounds like something
Sounds like
say.
you would say.
Yeah, that's from the Church of Chrissy, for sure.
A guy has mustered up all the courage to come and speak to you. You see him from the corner of your eye and you say, not tonight, lads.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
One of the worst ones I've ever seen online. Some guy, a babe tweeted something. A guy tweeted in response, and then a picture of his like wrist, and he had a Rolex on.
Okay.
And then the babe replied to the quote tweet saying, "I can tell by your hand that you're not handsome."
Wow.
My spirit actually left my body.
Wow.
Because what do you say to that? Would you? It's a catch.
She moving like Ray Charles.
Made me look at my own hands.
Remember Ray Charles? He did the wrist check. He's like,
by your hand,
not
that
baddie.
you're not handsome.
You can't take a picture of your wrist with like the corner crust.
No, his hand was moisturized.
But you know why it's funny though? Because obviously he was using his wealth to flaunt and floss whatever, and she was
Alleged
like,
wealth.
of course, but listen, it works in some scenarios, isn't it? I've seen it work. Yeah,
Is that
I've
the
seen
babe
the
that
man.
you want?
It's not, but they don't care. They don't want her for a long time. They want her for a good time.
Yeah.
The babe that you can attract because of like small trinkets and that isn't the baby necessarily you want long term, innit?
I'm here for a good time.
Not a long time.
I
You get me?
I hear it.
Is Nigerians men PR in the mud? Because I wanted to get a topic that will invigorate you, that get your endorphins going.
Invigorate.
When was it not?
But
She has been anti-Nigerian men, to be fair.
But it's all cap though, but come on. Because let a Femi pull up, bearded, shouldered off,
What else?
moneyed off, God-fearing,
Soft life.
handy.
Do you want a God-fearing Don?
What's up? What's up, bro?
Did you hear her response?
Vans is like,
What's a setup?
no, your track
I know
record.
who you are.
Chris, you don't want a God-fearing man?
I do.
You do, yeah? Okay, cool. If you don't, it's cool, man. It doesn't mean you want to Satanist. Like, I didn't say that, bro. Like, we're not saying you're going to marry the pastor's son. We're just saying you want a God-fearing man.
Yeah.
I was reading off the stereotypical, tall, handsome,
Yeah, definitely.
not too
God-fearing.
sassy, God-fearing man, wealthy,
Yeah, can build stuff.
can build stuff.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Cool, no problem. Yeah, so if we find that aesthetic for you, then you'll be back on Team
Build
Nigeria.
stuff. How do you know that he can actually build stuff, though?
They start doing this one, the damsel in distress one. Oh,
Something broke in my house.
yeah. Not never can you. They just like,
Yeah,
how
they
was
just-
your day? And they just lightly say,
I ignore them ones,
Yeah.
I ignore them.
Hey, you see the damsel in distress play? See like how we're talking about the man dance play for some guys with like using their wealth?
Yeah.
That damsel in distress one is hilarious because we can see the play from a mile off. And in Vans' case, he will ignore some of them. Some.
Yeah.
But we know what's going on here. And he comes around and puts up the shelf.
Yeah, no, but you don't ask. Oh, how was your day? It's great. I bought a new curtain pole.
Oh, and that's how you do the test. You see how he reacts to that.
Yeah. As if it's like, oh, was it nice in that? Like, oh, wow.
That's a good question.
Is it nice?
No.
Do you like it?
Wouldn't buy
Yeah,
if it
do you
was
like
ugly.
it? I mean,
How it looks in the shop and how it actually looks in your house, in your decor, does it match?
Okay, yeah, it's great.
Does it go with the aesthetic of your room?
Yeah, it's lovely. I like it.
Okay.
And then what next?
But I said I liked it, so what? How are you going to put it up? Oh, I haven't really thought about that.
No, I was like, how does it look up there right now? That's how I asked. That's how I catch
I haven't
it.
put it up.
Okay. When do you plan on doing that? And we just there doing toe for toe.
Hey,
but really,
the
truth,
man
what they're
them
saying
could
is,
be
help me, nigga.
It's just better to be direct.
Yeah, just say what you want. I mean what you say.
I've got no problem with being direct.
Oh, we know. You play Route 1 football. The Allardyce ball.
Yeah, over the top, knockdown header, finish.
Chrissy plays for Stoke. Oh my God.
Don't do that.
Jonathan Waters.
Don't do that.
Rory Delap.
No, you're actually Jonathan Waters. Who was
Don't
my
do
man that played up top for them? The Jamaican brother. That played up top for Stoke.
Oh,
Ricardo Fuller.
Yeah. Jermaine Defoe's big bro.
You're Ricardo. You're the podcast version of Ricardo Fuller. Bare hold up playing that.
Fam, like get Rory Delap to throw it in.
Yeah.
Like 30 yards into the box.
My man Ryan Shawcross with the leg breaking challenges. Anytime he's having too much fun as men, Chrissy turns out double footer, 2-footed challenge.
Lock it off.
Yeah.
No, but I can be direct, but with style.
Okay, so give me some direct energy now. So yes, Nigerian men's PR was already in a precarious position
In the mud.
and then the young brother Davido decided. Oh well, he didn't decide, did it?
He said it was going to
His
scatter
harem
even more.
decided to reveal
His
to her.
harem.
Well, by this point we're recording. You're getting this first. We're recording on Tuesday. At this point, we've had more than one babe come out and say that they have Bel Air.
Yeah.
They're carrying Bel Air for David.
Davido.
Yeah. Over to you, Chrissy.
I'm
in
not
the studio.
surprised.
You're not okay. Why are you not
Even a little bit,
surprised?
because he's shown his ass so many times. He's not going to be faithful to that lady. So yeah,
Poor Chioma.
yeah.
The thing is that like we can't expect anything less, bro. A man that yells like that consistently is never gonna move in silence.
Do you know why I can't expect anything less?
How are you? Huh?
Fine, sir.
How are you?
I'm getting fine, sir.
How are you?
I'm fine, sir.
You are a bad boy. 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 You are a very bad boy. God is going to. Do you want Jesus to receive you?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You're so
That was David when he came on from tour.
Fam.
he
He just left Afro Nation like a couple of days ago.
I heard he showed it down as well.
Boy.
When you're on the road
And then you
and
just
you
leave
can't
it.
go home.
High level performance.
That's how I was podcasting when it was kind of tight.
pain.
when it was kind of rough at home.
Podding through the pain,
that's-
bro. Like
Okay, let's obviously Davido is in the hot seat, but like rich, wealthy, young individual. Also, you're not working in a corporate space. Not saying that men don't do their thing, but you are traveling the world, different locations, up and down. Add the extra clout, the energy and attention that you're getting with being famous, having hit songs out there. Is it not kind of by and of the lifestyle, like rockstar lifestyle back in the day? Like you're Rolling Stone basically.
I would agree.
From Uganda to South Africa to Las Giddy to Atlanta to other parts of the world, different territories.
I mean, he's like one of the front runners at the moment.
Yeah.
Who are pushing the boundaries of what Afrobeats is doing in America.
Yeah.
Right? So automatically, if you're big there, it boosts your appeal to a next level. And obviously, Afrobeats was more prominent in Europe first.
Someone said that, or maybe me, that Davido put the beats in Afrobeats.
I mean, that's for you, man, to debate.
Oh, no, fuck off. I want to play, you're not playing with me.
On a bamba.
I want to play, you're not playing with me, man.
I want to play with it.
You are you're something else. You are actually something else. You will lead people to the very edge.
Okay, you know what it is? I'll be serious for a second. Why it's not funny is I've been having this conflict lately of like, is there a line when you're talking about people that are famous? Yes, these are still human beings and they have real lives. Yeah, so why the story has a harsher undertone is that I think it was obviously last year, him and Trauma lost a child
Yep.
with the accident at home. It was kind of hazy what happened, but when there was a swimming pool accident.
You lost a child.
They lost a child in it, yeah. And then I think now, from what he says, they're married, and I think she's expecting in it.
Yes.
So we brought a love back together. You like to assume that, you know, they're working, they're trying to rebuild their family. There's a lot going on in it. And, you know, they now have another child on the way. So even forget like a woman's, just from a human perspective, for that to have gone on, that to this to now be the space you're back in with your lady, but this whole time you actually allegedly have someone else pregnant, it's brazy, innit? You know, like even when you want to do like misogynic content, you're like, you're making it kind of difficult, me, bro. Like, this is...
Yeah, bro, like this whole situation wasn't even funny at all, because obviously, like, knowing what's happened, and this is the second pregnancy allegation outside of his marriage.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, where are you finding the time to do this? But obviously,
and Donnie
like,
said he's unavailable. That's crazy, man. Like, you know, there's bare jokes in here.
yeah,
man.
it's mad. Like, yeah, these things like were obviously mentioned in his music. He dropped a new album.
Yeah.
So like he's been doing loads. He still had to work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in amongst all the grief.
Yeah.
But finding the time to go and do all of that whilst you've got kids already. This is like your wife's first kid that she's lost.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't want to say that it probably hits harder for her, but like that's her only one.
It's not a wild assumption to make. Losing a child regardless is crazy.
Yeah.
But your first child and the circumstances that it was reported.
Yes.
You know.
Right.
Something
so
that seemed from the outside looking unavoidable, innit?
So then like within like 3 to 6 months later, there was a rumor that, you know, you're expecting another babe is out here expecting your child.
But this isn't the first time he's had a child outside a relationship. Like, so
is it all by design then?
I wouldn't say by design, but it almost feels like, listen, I know my people, and then it's not just my people specific, but speak on that. Add money to that.
Yeah.
It's not a shocker.
It's not.
And then
I wasn't shocked by this, by the way.
And if I've got performed with my behavior previously, then it's gonna sound harsh. Manage it like that. Aside from the brazeness that happened with them losing a child, if that hadn't happened, I might come in here with a bit more vim with the jokes, innit? Because,
no, absolutely.
Because that puts salt in the wound, innit?
It does.
I'm not saying, because it's always easy to say, he's rich. I think you do get more of a longer rope to pull when you're wealthy on that level, but it doesn't mean a woman can't just turn around and say, you know, this is too much for me. Because, you know, like when it's happening in front of the world, embarrassment, all those things.
Yeah.
And then also, it's gonna sound crazy. Sometimes the type of babes, if they're chewing gum babes that like shouldn't really be levels, and they're now having shots from me, and there's like screenshots, and they're doing bare things, they're just doing too much.
Yeah.
It can make you feel away. You're like, you know what? I don't want to be part of this circus anymore. Then we just go and sit in my corner. Because of who you are, my child will always be good financially, and you like to think the women themselves have got their own things going on. I'm just going to manage that. We'll co-parent, and I can't be in this weird bubble with you, because essentially you're never going to stop, because you just keep doing. What? No?
Sorry.
Hey, let the wave flow, man. I know your waves, bro.
Nah, things are just coming back to me, right?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of things that I found funny in this whole thing.
Reel them off, man.
So the text where she was like, I miss you, baby. And he's like, did you take the pill?
Take the pill. Because your hair doing up like, all this lovey-dovey stuff. There's a pressing matter. Let's address the elephant in the room. Did you take the pill or not, man? What's going on? About I miss you. Don't miss me, bro.
Bro,
don't miss me.
The way he bypassed that and went straight to the crux of the situation.
Said, let's get to the bottom of this immediately.
And it looks like from all the other messages that are floating around the other women, that he kind of has form for this, where like allegedly he tells women to go to that place he don't really want women to go to, where it's like, yo, go and handle that type of thing, innit? And yeah, you are who you are and you're enjoying yourself, but bro, can you wear a condom? Like,
yeah, when you're now.
I said, now, ooh, baby, I like it raw. Ooh, baby, I like it raw.
What are you on today?
I mean,
I'm on whatever Vans is on.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to play, I'm ready to play in it.
Yeah, when you are number one, you got to be safe, right?
Yeah.
Cool. That's out of the way. Secondly,
Must get the safe sex PSA out the way.
hey, let's get that out
For all
of
the
way.
young bucks in the back, wear a condom and that.
Be
For all the
safe.
over 30s.
Be safe, prioritize your sexual health.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you are a superstar.
Yeah, it's like move like you don't have the you don't have the space to mess up that much.
Don't put this on the babes, bro. This
Yeah.
is your era.
Yeah. No, it's on you. It is on you. And that's why, like, even though like I got these loads of jokes, I'm not surprised by these babes' antics. I look at them like so when Christmas comes around, there's a certain section of the community that will be in Nigeria, Ghana specifically, around men of a certain ilk. And the only way these men have access to these women is the power and money they have in it. You saw Aliko Dangote on the sofa with his bum
His
out.
whole bum
This is
bum.
one of the richest men in the world, arguably the richest black man
With his bum out.
in like shade borough,
Honestly.
shade room content because of the type of women they're rolling with,
Embarrassing.
innit? It's a big man. Someone like Davido. On one hand, I was thinking, oh, his dad and his uncle's flogging him behind the scenes, but also I was like, I know our people. Maybe they're not.
No.
Maybe they're flogging him for like
Making
not
it
cleaning up his
public.
mess behind the scenes, innit?
Yeah.
That type of thing. But like these women, this like,
Bro, they're not mad at the act.
yeah.
Like they're not mad at the
I don't think
infidelity.
they'll be.
I don't think they're mad at the infidelity, the adultery, however you want to word it.
When you say adultery, it makes it sound so
So
much worse.
serious?
But
Bro,
Oh my gosh.
he's a married man.
you're an adulterer. I know behind this, he's still a young boy. He's still a young boy. Forgive him, child
Yeah.
man. Forgive him.
Yeah.
Charlie,
that's-
you know these men,
Yeah.
when he's going through so much stress internally, okay? He's a superstar. You just have to pray with David, okay? You have to
Are
really
we
take
are
your
we
time
allowed
do
to
your
entertain the
wifely duties.
possibilities that during the time of him grieving, he was taken advantage of by these big booty babes? Because my man was on the ropes, and you know these women, they smell blood. They're like, he's weak. Now's the time to strike.
Yeah. Possibly.
Because
That's another angle.
when people are really down, depressed, they're grieving, sex can be a coping mechanism. Am I
Fam.
trying to give him too much of an out? I don't know, but
We've seen the wedding crashes, like where Will Ferrell was telling us, and like that funerals is where the vulnerable are at.
Chrissy, when I was working in catering, you know how much old men I used to see like hovering around the grieving, like, yeah. You want to get a babe? It's not the wedding, you go to the funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scary gender.
I mean,
allegedly.
I've seen women pray,
Oh, yeah.
not in a holy way.
Praying mantis.
Get out.
Okay, let's personalize it a little bit, yeah? God forbid, not you, your enemy. In this situation, how does your enemy handle it?
But from whose perspective? From Chairman's.
German perspective, yeah.
You just have to say nothing.
Or let it play out.
You just, I'm not saying that you don't do what you're going to do behind closed doors,
Yeah.
but in this situation, whatever she does, people are going to find a way to drag her, because just like you said, it's not the first time that it's happened.
Yeah.
Then people will do the whole, but he did all of this, but you still married him. So, like, I think in her situation, there's nothing she can do that will like pass in the court of public opinion. People are going to flog her either way, so
Yeah.
just don't say anything.
Keep it cute, keep it mute.
Yeah, because you can't. What can you say? You're cussing because I haven't said anything. I'd rather that than
You use
you
your
pick
my words
apart.
against me,
Yeah,
yeah.
it doesn't make sense to me.
And then I don't like about money levels some stuff out, because what was that famous saying we say on the podcast, Vans? Do you want to cry in a rave?
Oh.
Or do you want to cry in the Prius?
Yeah.
And now look, Lagos roads aren't that great.
Not great at all.
So do you want to do that in the Prius, or do you want to do that in the 4x4, the big joint?
Yeah, the big joint
With
where
the
you
with
won't
the
even feel
armored
the
vehicles
potholes.
and, like, you know,
You won't even feel the
the
potholes.
entourage following you and that.
Yeah.
I see him. He got that new whip that Virgil only gave to like 10 man.
Oh, the Maybach.
Do you want
the
to sit
ugly
in that,
Maybach.
or do you want to sit in the Dassun?
Not the Dasson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just chop your own silent.
Yeah, I won't cap though. On a serious note, I'm like, bro, like, you've got to move a certain way when you're on of a certain level.
Yeah.
Even from just like a selfish perspective. Let's say you're not going to be faithful. There's even a way to move in that space.
Yeah.
100%.
Not that we should even encourage that behavior, but that's just the reality. Men that have half, even a tenth of what Donny's got,
Yeah.
still move how they need to move, innit? So, because like these women are gonna behave how you expect them to behave,
Yeah.
and then also of a certain age, you can't keep women to go and dash with the belly. It's not gonna keep running, bro.
Facts.
It's true.
It's not. It's just really.
But also this Nina.
Anita.
So
Allegedly, he said he's in. He put in what song was it? He said, "Show my lover."
yeah,
I'm looking for,
saying like Anita, tell Anita I don't want to do it again.
Yeah. I was like, right, man must really live in his rights. Man, put it in the bars.
Prophesized.
Yeah.
But then the babe did like an Instagram reel with the song playing in the background. It's like, okay, this is the kind of babe that you're having messing me up and down.
She's playing dirty, but I'm like, I'm not surprised, man. She's doing what else do you expect her to do?
Yeah.
These, in my opinion, ladies of the night, working girls, they blur the lines between hypergamy and institutions.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
It's blurred lines, isn't it? It's blurred lines, isn't it? I didn't want to say they blur the lines, in my opinion, innit?
Fair enough.
Because you know who goes to Niger in December? I see these babes, bro.
Dirty December.
Yeah, dirty. Sorry.
Okay.
No, Chrissy? Tough crowd?
Yeah, but shout out all of them.
Certain man said they want to find out, they want to see, though, innit? Like,
They want to see what?
what he's saying over there, innit?
I hear it.
Because there's a lot, man. Because it's invigorating, innit?
Oh.
You naughty. You teasing me, you naughty.
You're so annoying. You're so annoying. This is what you wanted the Bluetooth for. Grow up.
You naughty.
Oh my god.
Because man see all that nonsense here, and they'll be like, oh yeah, don't worry about all the escapades and her acting up and that. I want to see what he's saying over
it's
there.
True. It is very, very true.
I mean, it gets like that. So, like, you know, as we always say, the flesh is weak.
It is indeed, yeah.
So
just pray for them, man, right now, innit? So
we have to.
yeah,
It's a must.
it's important. But so yeah, Asake stage dive. Rick Ross dived off the board. I'm just reading through some of the stuff that's on the docket. J Hus announced the album date,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the tour dates.
Woo.
The angel in me, the Jesus in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angel Gabriel and that man there.
Yeah.
What do you think of
all that other stuff?
Yeah, all that stuff kind of brazy. Are you gonna go to the shows at the end of the year? He's doing some O2.
November, yeah.
Yeah.
Two nights at the O2.
Yeah.
Gonna check the camera.
Yeah, I think it'd be great.
I think he's at this level now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, third album. And there's a lot of anticipation, man. I think, obviously, the first single had mixed reviews. And for me, it wasn't a bad song, bro.
It's a bit.
Walking around singing that chorus is kind of mad. So, and obviously, Who Told You? Featuring Drake. Obviously, it's still ringing off.
It is indeed.
Number 2 for the third week in a row. I think Dave and Cinch aren't letting up.
Chris, take time over there.
Sorry.
So, yeah, man. There's still, like, I think out of all of the mandem, yeah, or the big 3, I think everyone looks forward to his album the most.
Yeah, he doesn't release bad projects, and it's called Beautiful and Brutal Yard.
And he released a trailer for it, which we haven't seen from Hus before.
So we got Drake, Naira Marley, Georgia Smith, Burna Boy, CB, Vils, Popcorn, Boss Belly. I'm really interested to see what that sounds like. Obviously, they're both from the same part of the world.
Gambian connection.
I'm just going to say on record, yeah, I know we are where we are with Fredo and that, but for me and my generation, my era, he put us out on the map. That's why I was listening. I listened at the time and listened to rappers from Mozart. Wave like Belly. Go and type that into YouTube right now, and you know what type of stuff I was listening to on the come up in it. So that's why I tapped into what was going on over there.
I'm very familiar.
Yeah, no, of course. This is. I'm not speaking to you. I'm speaking to the audience, the crowd.
Right.
First, like, you talking to me?
I'm familiar.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Chrissy and that. Shout out to what you listen to. Tough crowd, man.
Carry on podding.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. I'll face your pod on that. I'm facing it.
But yeah, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of TSB
for sure
on there. I think he's even cited that as executive producer on there.
I'll just say songs for you to look out for. I'll wink, wink. Naira Marley.
That song
with CB. And I haven't heard it, but I'm like I said, I really want to hear that song with Boss Belly in it. So I think the single stuff will be Obviously, we've got the Drake song, the one with Georgia Smith. You don't go and do a Georgia Smith song without that potentially being a single. And possibly the one with Popcorn. Those are the ones I'm looking at. Okay, those are the ones that they're going to push for singles. I could be wrong. The streets could just pick something else. But
yeah. I mean, I want to see how he constructs this one as a whole.
Yeah. Because is it no J5 or minimal J5?
Yeah, without J5, you know, essentially being so hands-on.
Yeah.
On this project. But
so Dublin, Glasgow, Manchester, Birmingham, and 2 dates in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's all at the end of the year from
Arena tour. It's
October
big.
And November. So, you know,
it's big for him.
All the hiding that people feel he does over the years and like he hasn't got to come outside like that. No, man. I want to see what your stage show is like now in this big space, innit?
Yeah, I mean, he done Brixton a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it was successful.
For sure.
We wanted to see him move from that when he did after he did Big Conspiracy, but I don't know what was going on around that time. It was very anti, like where he didn't want to do no press, he didn't shoot no videos. You know, he just let the music exist.
My conspiracy theory was some potential label issues because they got him early, and then I feel like he outperformed projections.
He outperformed what they probably initially realized.
Yeah, so then now we get to a point where maybe it's a renegotiation, re-up, and I'm looking around the landscape. I'm one of the top dogs out there, but I might not, in my opinion, might not be getting rewarded financially for the level I'm at because of the structure of my deal. Maybe that's just my opinion.
Possibly, yeah, because like even after Big Conspiracy and in between like that album and the one he's about to release, there was a lot of talk of unrest at the label and like, you know, differences and things of that nature. And then obviously J5 came out and revealed that he's not going to be on this album.
Yeah.
So,
and then you can add that to a conspiracy theory, you know, because if you've had all the success with someone, why would they not be on a project?
Yeah, I mean, like after a while, artists do realize that, you know, I'm at this point where if I want to take it to a direction, like I'm going to take it there.
Yeah.
With or without the producer that's been with me for a while.
Yeah.
Like, cause sometimes there's no beef. You just want to branch out and work with other people.
And I like you said that because you got to add that there as well. It can just be as simple. We can all wax lyrical about what we think happened and start looking for the loopholes. It could just be as simple as I just want to do something else.
Yeah, like,
and I'm working with somebody else. And don't get it twisted. If J5 lays out all his plaques here, a lot of those plaques are actually with J Hus. He's worked with so many other people, mainstream acts where like you wouldn't even clock, but because of like what we pay attention to, our space, he's synonymous with J5, but he stands alone as his own producer, innit?
Yeah,
you see what he's doing
absolutely.
with Libby Anchor and the stuff over there. So
even just like what he's done with NSG, like.
Yeah, but when your bros in there, listen, I'm just hanging around. And anything for the boys? What J Hus are you using now?
You have to be but at that point you have to be worth my time though.
Of course,
it's a business now.
But Vans, I can phone my mum.
Like nepotism, like yeah, cool, but like show me that you're doing something. And luckily, his brother is like the main guy over there.
Yeah. He is. He holds them down.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, and
for me, I'm still like spinning Unruly. I love that song.
Oh yeah.
I banned them about shooting at obviously the Emirates and that when they didn't win that.
Yeah.
Because if they'd won the league, would have been sick with the video. But the song slaps.
Yeah.
Getting Meeks man because I would never expect them to work with Meeks. But I started looking like no, they always find a cool street guy to work with and like they bring a different side up from when they work with Nines.
Yeah.
They got a song with Gigs.
I didn't like the one with Potter though.
Yeah. That was a little bit of a miss. That was a little bit of a miss.
Yeah.
But more often than not, they hit. I love the one with them and LD.
Yeah.
My man from 6'7" and that.
Yeah. That was a good one.
They find a way of like getting those guys to be comfortable in their space and find a good mesh show. Yeah,
man. Like, I mean, them man over there, like, they really are putting on for their side of town and for the entire like city in terms of like the music that they put out at a high frequency.
And as they're saying, they want to bring back Afro swing. So if anyone can do Afro, they could do it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. So, I mean, Hus, I'm looking forward to the album, hearing where he's at with it.
Chrissy is she just wants to spill
Hey,
juice
hey.
Are you good over there?
Good over there.
Facial pod.
24th of June.
24th of June.
You're so annoying. Oh my god. Carry on.
You naughty, you're teasing me.
Silly.
Oh mate. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Whilst we're on music though, bringing it back to the UK, the girls are fighting. Trillary Banks and Brixx.
Yeah.
I have some road eyes in the studio.
Oh no. Yeah. Woo.
Just be honest with me. I put that one in the docket for us to talk about. You were like, this
I
ain't
didn't give a
happening.
heck.
You didn't even go look.
I saw some of the sayings online, but I didn't care. Apparently, it's all like manufactured beef, and
Yeah.
they're just shouting online again. I don't have capacity.
Well, the song's called Meaty. It's Trillary Banks and Brixx.
Yeah.
Initially, before we found out, they got outed that it was like manufactured and that, they were going back and forth. She had a little diss song on Instagram saying she looks like Mist in a wig. Brixx was calling her Swillery.
Yeah, I heard that one.
What's that? Jezebel. Yeah. So she did a verse on that. Brixx did a verse on that. Dissing Trillary. So they were having a little back and forth, and like I did suspect something when I saw both of them say, "Oh, Sunday,
horrible English.
Sunday diss a diss drops at this time," and then someone else's diss was dropping like half an hour later. So I was like, why are we all getting this around the same time? I think it's a bit weird. And then Nole come out, because obviously Nole's had a back and forth with Trillary Banks before and said this whole thing's been manufactured, whatever, because she basically got outed, innit? And I'm not mad at the manufactured beef, innit? I'm not mad at it, but don't fuck around and then we find out it's manufactured, because it messes up the whole play, the role. Because in the end, they won't end up being on a song together. They took shots at IVD, Lady Leisha, Miss Banks, Steph London, you know, because Trillary had come out and basically said before, maybe like a month or two ago, that the scene's basically meaty. But for some people, it was like right message, wrong messenger. Because they're like, you might fall under the media allegations as well.
Yeah.
And I do hear why people say that, innit? My only thing is, if you're getting all this attention, good, bad or ugly, there needs to be music attached with it. So in terms of like a diss standalone, the bars aren't crap on there. I like Brixx. She's got that more aggressive, raspy voice that unfortunately a lot of misogyny niggas like when it comes to women in rap. But I want music still, innit? I want good music. Because you can't say what you're saying about the scene and the space being meaty. Because I do feel you. I think it's wide open. We've had every few weeks or every month or two, we have a way of getting back to women in rap in the UK. But Truly has this weird thing I think people don't really rock with her. I do feel for her because she actually, when you're outside of London, you already have a barrier ahead of you as well. It doesn't feel like her city, her town's behind her like that. I could be wrong, but it don't feel like Leicester's really rocking with her like that. You've had to come in to London. You know, she's had too much scandal online, the Ibis thing, being on Dutch Aureli's roof. Like, we don't know you for music, innit? If I said to you now, name a Trillary Banks song, what are you going to say?
I saw one video on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's not me trying to draw. I'm just saying, like, you've done this. I listen, the bars on, they're decent. They're actually a bit more than decent.
Did you see the freestyle with like all the niggas in the back with weaves?
With wigs in there. I was like, where'd you find these guys? These sassy niggas. We're in a sassy pandemic.
So shy.
But hey, men are supporting women in rap.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But I was like, you could never. Chrissy could never have a diss song for another podcaster. I'm in the back of the Clio and that.
Oh my
waving a wig out the window. And that. Yeah.
Like a rag.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, hold on. You said she looks like Mist in a wig. That's like misogynoir. I was like,
Go away. You lot wouldn't support me.
Well, if you had a diss song, it depends who you're dissing though, innit?
You just want me to fight so bad.
No, I said it depends who you're dissing, innit?
Back me.
It might be one of our concubines. You know what's so funny? Vans said he's waved. It might be me.
No, you are on stuff today. You're actually on
Road to
stuff today.
400, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Because we hit 400, we hit a milestone, we've got to go again.
Okay.
I've got to keep the anticipation high every week. I'm here, man.
Okay. Yeah.
You want me to back me?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
No?
You know what?
Yeah.
Let's reconsider.
No, okay, see?
I enjoyed that.
Thank you,
Now, I'd support
Yeah.
you if you're dissing someone, but you have to, aesthetically, it's got to make sense, innit?
Yeah, of course.
If you put on a double denim, oh my God, we're getting crazy. You put on a double denim, I'll pull out the Avrex.
And the jorts.
Yeah, and the jorts. You put on double denim and I wear jorts and the Avrex. That's insane drip. Just off drip alone, leave us alone. We look scary as it is, man.
Yeah, man.
You don't really want to mess.
You don't want to come here.
If you're wearing the double denim and I'm wearing jorts and the Avrex, and Vans is in the back doing
Why are you saying
the 50
jorts?
Cent thing with the do-rag on.
That's so ridiculous.
But yeah, no, my overall point out of all this is you lot fucked up. Close ranks better than that with regards to your manufacture, your fake beef. But let's get some music in it. Because when I got introduced to Brixx, there was like, I think it was Merc, Sting, Gets, and some other people that, some of the people around like Giggs' camp and that were doing like a showcase for underground talent and that. She was on there, she was shelling. I remember like Gets and Mercs and losing her head. I'm talking about Brixx, innit?
Right.
They were losing. I've forgotten what the showcase was, but it was on her gram, but I can't find the video anymore. She was just bodying it. I was like, who's this girl? Well, she's from up north and that. So I was like, cool. I didn't really tap into her then. I'd see her here and there with some videos, whatever. So when I saw this with her and Trillary, I was like, you know what? Let's see what's going on here. But I want to see some music after this. Like, I want Trillary's thing just to be not giving your opinion on other rappers in the scene or like calling out girls and that. Just drop music and let that stand alone. Let's judge you off it being good music or not. Because you can't just be that. And then you know it is as well. These things for me don't hit home if the people you're calling out don't even respond to you. and my bet is, you're not going to, I highly doubt you get a response from Steph London, Miss Banks. IVD's young, she might fuck around and I think she might be a bit more emotional. I might respond. She might not respond on Wax. She might say some stuff online. Leisha, she's in a different space, TV, all these other things.
She got a pending court case.
Yeah, because she obviously, yeah, she's out here. She's out here, she's out here fighting in the street allegedly.
Yeah.
So she's got other pressing matters, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
But if she ends up getting locked up, she might have time to write.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No? How much man have written in jail now when they're sitting in sweatbox? Gone to November, I'll be gone to November.
You tell my girl.
Gone to November.
Oh, is that because he was in jail?
Bro, you did not listen to lyrics, bro. When it comes to eating pussy, you listen to lyrics then. Now when
Wow.
How did we get there?
Wyclef's telling you that I'm going to November, like let my girl know, man.
I thought he was going like OT. No?
A bit of me wants you to date like a proper professional road man, just to see you say silly things like
Stripes.
oh my God, he was bagging out.
That's what they call it now. Cunt.
Yeah, cunt. Yeah.
Did you help your guy bag it up?
No.
This bougie Nigerian babe over here.
Yeah, no.
Impossible.
No. I'll like cheer him on, like, go babe.
Cheer him on.
Hustler. He's hustling.
Like whilst he's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can join him there.
She's like, oh, be careful, don't use my good chopping board.
No, but I'd support him. I'd get him like all these equipment, like a specialized chopping board if that's what they need. I hear they need Pyrex. I'd get some of those.
Jeez.
Yeah, be a whole like situation.
Fair.
Hey, professional HR babe like you, LinkedIn champion, dating a road man. What?
I'm just
the side that Vans be giving you will be crazy.
no, I couldn't date a professional road man.
Yeah.
For him to order well done steak, I'd vomit.
What you saying? The man ain't got taste. What you
I'd be
doing
sick.
They might know about taste now.
Come on, man. They might eat Wagyu beef. What you talking about?
Oh,
what you talking about, man? I him uptown, man.
Yeah. As long as he's not like one of those people that are just entangled. You know, you meet some people and it's like they signed a tracksuit treaty, like of like for the rest of my days.
Wheel it.
Oh my God, can you guys be serious, please?
You're telling us to be serious? Tracksuit treaty. Oh my God.
You know.
You know what? Woosa. Yeah.
One of those people that just every day tracksuit.
Yeah.
You have to be able to wear like
Something else.
look.
But I think that's the young boy thing.
Do
So like when I say
Yeah.
professional, I'm talking about the guys that were like being like B22s, Bear Amiri, Christian. You're like bare designer stuff.
The
where
man
it's
them
like
that graduated.
they're wearing their money, basically. You can tell that.
the ones that wouldn't be bagging it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
With the Blade Browns of the world.
Blade Brown et al.
Okay, so you're away from the
Opening up businesses.
They're trying to clear their money.
Yeah.
So like you say, like you like Rimsey. men of that ilk,
Yeah.
allegedly.
But not in a tracksuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you build a bay, man.
Yeah.
We're building a guy for you here, innit? You get me?
Reformed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love because she's like, yeah.
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 All of the above.
Somebody was meant to be here today, yeah, and
Oh my God.
I should have saved this conversation for when he was here.
Right.
But we'll have it anyway, and we can do it when he comes another time, yeah. There are trends on social media, innit? Like, and get ready with me is a thing. It took me ages to actually figure out what that acronym was. I was like,
Same.
Yeah,
I was like, is it
this?
grown woman for so long? I was like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay quiet on this one.
You don't look stupid. But Chrissy has something that's sounds like hate to me that I think she might want to get off her chest.
Half a minute
that we
of
spoke
hate.
about in like a pre-production and stuff before we start podcasting.
Some of you, man, are out here doing get ready with me in your pant, and it is disgusting. I need you to be ashamed. Brother, why are you exposing yourself like this to the world in your boxer? No.
Is it because it's not a man that you necessarily fancy?
Yes.
There's always handsome tax.
Yeah.
Pretty privilege is a thing.
Damn.
And also, why does your pant look like that?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Like, you're starting to get ready with me in your pan, and that's the pan that you chose.
You need a
As a
Versace
crazy
pant
fan.
like the.
So it's, for me, it's one of two things. Either that's the best pant that you own,
Don't
scary,
do that. No,
or
chill out.
number two, you, out of a selection, you chose that pant and you said, yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
we're going to go with. I can't trust your reasoning and logic.
The word pant sending me.
When I was with my brother wearing pant on Instagram, I was like, you know what, you can do get ready with me without being naked, innit? Like Greek, do you know, it's greeting us on
What
the
was he
ground.
wearing? Like the pants?
No, he was using like a brief, innit?
Oh right.
Do you know like women do like I haven't seen a lot of guys do, but obviously people are doing like content. Maybe they're trying to influence, or just like just fucking
The
around.
pants thing is brazy.
Yeah, like,
Dick just at eye level. Why are you greeting us with
are
that?
you a child? Why are you wearing pants?
is it one of those things where like there are things that we find more acceptable with women? Like, see, like
Yeah.
if a girl was on the gram in bra and pants, starting to get ready with me, like, oh, let me do get into my clean fit.
What issues do I have?
Of course, horny man. Yeah.
Slapper.
But like attraction aside, it's just one of those things that like we accept more from women.
I don't like it. Double standards here.
I'm not gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be
Please
real
don't.
on this one.
Please don't. Be really, no.
Be fake.
I'm not gonna be real on this one. But no, I understand. But
Yeah.
obviously, like, there are men that are gonna do this get ready with me stuff.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be their currency. Like that's their bread and butter because of a certain aesthetic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but not everyone has that same level of privilege. But at the same time, it's like wholesome content at the same time because they say that like the mandem don't have that much influences in terms of like what we wear and things like that. Like
We do, but a lot of us just don't want to admit it out loud because we don't like we follow people. But
Yeah,
everybody
I mean-
knows where they get their influence from and that.
yeah,
There's rappers, it's
like,
going to be the
obviously on
entertainers.
TikTok. Like it's still something that is not like as prevalent as you would see our female counterparts.
Yeah, and I don't think that if I went into my group chat and asked all the men and they would openly admit, oh, I dress a certain way or I look to this rapper for swag and drip. But if we started to just ask them who they thought was fly, or it's always like who gets girls and stuff, part of that will be their money, their appearance, so usually their dress sense, and their clout and that you can kind of see where people, what they lean towards, innit?
Use your own imagination as well. I think if
Of
you have
course.
personal style, like you should know what looks good to you. And if you want to wear that, like, just wear it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
We're influenced by a lot though, so it's like,
we are. But at the same time, it's like, for me personally, when I go shopping, I'm not thinking this person or like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I look for what I feel may look good on me.
but would there have been a time growing up that you might have?
Yeah, possibly. Like, you know, sometimes
trends, like certain
jump
tracksuits and-
you would jump on a trend, but then obviously that's like the difference between fashion and personal style.
Okay,
Yeah.
You just see how things are going because all the time, like,
Yeah.
fits were a bit baggier. Then you never went too far with the skinny jeans. I swore I wouldn't up and down. I looked in some old pictures, like, yeah, that's kind of skinny still. I did like the slimmer jean and like,
Yeah, I mean,
in hindsight now, them pics get archived.
no, absolutely, man. Like, and I think everyone would look back at a certain point in their lives and think,
Why did I
flipping
wear that
out.
belt?
Yeah.
Because at that time you thought drip, or you thought that you looked good. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and if everyone from a certain era is dressed a certain way, you can kind of point out, even like when it was a bad era, you can still point out like who just didn't get it. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. I think men, like, I'm seeing a lot more like of men waking up in their minimal, like, styled home, like just cooking basic stuff, walking their dog.
But that's peacocking for the
Doing
women
like
on the internet. You know
like,
you know what type of content's good
I'm
for the women.
like,
When you see too many
Come on,
women
bro.
in your comments, like, oh my God, you know, he's sent from heaven. You're like, I know what's going on here.
yeah, I know
man.
what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, Vans was waxing lyrical, but what he really wants to say is,
Nyash is just ringing in your head. It's just
So that Meg the Stallion video earlier.
Megan the Stallion.
I was like, oh,
performer of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Did that inspire you to go and hit the Stairmaster?
No, but shout out her.
Okay, well,
It's great. She was fantastic.
Are your knees that good?
Yeah.
If this is a couple weeks, prove it.
You see, you.
she's like, nigga, ask about me,
nigga, ask about me. I'm in Oslo.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't worry about my knees, yeah.
Shouts out to you
Yeah.
and whatever's going on over there. You just want to step away from the fire.
Shouts to Meg, man.
Yeah, no, she looks
great.
really
She looks
good, man.
insane.
Yeah.
Worldy, wow.
Do you know I wanted to go with you lot today? Yeah. I saw this video like last week, and it's causing a bit of a ruckus on the internet. So I'm just gonna play it, and then we'll dive into this conversation.
I would not get married. Last year I turned 40, and these are things that I would not do again in my 20s and 30s. I would not get married. I met my husband when I was 24, and we got married.
Oh shit, sorry.
One job.
Married when I was 29. At the time, I thought that this was like the ideal situation. I'm at the perfect age to get married. But what I realized was in the 4 years that we were married, I grew so much as a person. I graduated from business school, started my own business. I just became such a different person that I didn't feel like he was the best fit for me anymore. And I don't think I could have realized that at 29 when I said yes. If I could do it again, I would have allowed myself to have so much more growth in my life before I made a decision on a life partner. And it's really nothing against that partner specifically, but it was more about the direction that I wanted my life to take. My interests by 35 were unrecognizable to my younger self. And I don't think it would have been fair for me to take him on this journey if I didn't think that he was the right partner for the version of me that was to come. Last year I turned 40, and these are things.
Chrissy's just let me also cream my lips as well, just to make sure I'm not giving dry lips on camera and that.
What you asking me?
Your thoughts, your opinions, you know. Let's break down this gender war video.
I understand where she's coming from, but I don't wholeheartedly agree with the way she's communicated her point.
Okay, let's start from why you understand where she's coming from.
You do grow a lot as a person. Who you are in your late 20s is very different to who you are in your mid 30s, and I can only imagine it's way more different when you're 40. And I agree that when you're not even just in a romantic relationship, but any type of relationship that you have with someone, as you grow older, you change, your interests change. You may not be the best fit for each other at that point.
Yeah.
The reason I say I don't completely agree is because the way I'm taking that is, and of course this is me just adding my own context, but it didn't come across to me like she particularly took her partner on that journey with her.
Okay.
So it's one thing for you to go out and have all of these amazing accomplishments, great, but are you and your partner or your friend actually discussing what you want out of life and having that really clear, like just clear channels of communication of what you're trying to achieve in the next couple of months, years, or however long? The way she's phrased it to me, it doesn't seem like there was that balance, and I think that's where the problems can come from.
Okay.
People do grow. The same could be said for him as well, that he's a completely different person. But if you don't know, I think you have to give your partner the opportunity to be on the same page as you, and you can't just say, "Oh, I've gone off and done these things, so he hasn't, so therefore he's not right for me anymore."
Of course, there's only so much context you're going to get from like a minute video,
of
innit?
course.
So, and naturally, we'll have our biases, our own personal experience, where you add your little Maggie, or you know, and the soup just comes out tasty or not. So,
I hate Maggie.
What do you think, Vans?
Yeah, do you know what? I agree with a lot of what Chrissy said. I think that she just got to a point in her life where she leveled up, and then I think it's like a quite common thing of like what people do.
Yeah,
they get to a certain point, like, and then they start looking down on people that necessarily might not be on the same path that they're on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think with what marriage is supposed to be about, and you know, the vows that they say to each other, like, it means something. And I think that you need to include that in every path that you take in life. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think it should be like a self-driven thing, in terms of like the decisions that you make thereafter that would ultimately affect your marriage.
Yeah,
which is what I think this babe has done. Like, because, you know, she's saying that, like, you know, she's 40 and she shouldn't have got married at 29 because you're still finding yourself and all of these things. But like,
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in their relationship when, for argument's sake, they've been dating for a couple of years, and you know, I'm waiting for him to be serious and settle down. So you wanted him to marry. You married, didn't it?
You married, and you know, you may have accomplished certain things, and some people do, like, you know, they get to a certain level, and all of a sudden they don't understand why the next person isn't where they're at. And I don't think that that's what we should base our relationships off.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, of course, when you see you'll be tainted by the commentary around it. Your like first knee-jerk reaction is like, "Oh, you got little money now. You think you're better than us?" Yeah,
like all of a sudden your man's a bum.
Yeah, like
no.
What's that scene in Precious where it's like you think you know everything because you got your fucking
degree.
That's what that was ringing in my head when I was watching that video.
You know every fucking thing.
But I've got to take it with a pinch of salt from what she said. She said she grew, and I'm assuming that person didn't grow.
Yeah,
that can cause
absolutely
from person that can cause strain, tension in a relationship where someone feels like, okay, life isn't stagnant, so we may date casually, we're more serious, we may get married, have kids, cool. We're at that point now. Life doesn't stop there. There's still more things to go. Kids are going to go off to college, university. There's so much stuff happening. So she's gone and done that, and kudos to her for doing that. You know, starting your own business. I like to think, for the sake of the video, it was successful. She's doing her thing. So you may look at the person next to you and be like, I'm doing this. But I think that may be where it's part of the problem, because it's an I'm doing this. Yes, I might not have sat there and studied it for the exam with you and written the paper, but we are doing this, taking this life journey together. And the minute it starts becoming an I thing in relationship, I think that's where, regardless of scenario and insult, what issues happening, is where you're going to have problems. Because it's not a we thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like, who knows? Like, he could have been cheering her on while she was going through this journey. Like, yo, I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. But then at the same time, like, he might have his ceiling, which he's comfortable with. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you think as a man, you're allowed to be comfortable? Vans?
It depends on who you're with, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, and obviously, with how society is and how expensive everything is, it's like you're almost expected to have like another hustle. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
you are, or your main hustle better be so crazy that.
And if your main hustle is to be where this lady is insinuating that she's at, it's like, well, why can't he do that?
But she's looking like she ain't got two heads.
And now she's carrying, or she's now the breadwinner, and then it causes issues in the relationship where the Donny might feel inadequate, and then you know, resentment comes into the situation, and then that's when you start becoming growing apart.
Yeah, it's a stay-at-home summer, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Let me take the kids to camp and swimming and that.
And then when you break up amicably, or like there's no bad blood, no one cheated or anything like that, it's just like, oh yeah, we've grown apart. Like, you know, I was leveling up and he wasn't. but we've seen it in other scenarios as well, like in just platonic friendships, where people are like, "Oh yeah, surround yourself with people that are like, yeah, blah, blah, blah,
The
blah."
winning team.
Shut the fuck up, man. Like,
Oh, hey. You took that personal.
how are you like? You can't just base friendships off that.
Okay, but
is
can
what I'm getting
we acknowledge that it is a very real thing that you do and you can outgrow people?
Yeah, like I'm not discounting that. But
Yeah.
what are you really like? What are you when you say growth? What is it?
Yeah.
If it's only just like from a financial aspect and status, then I'm sorry. Like,
But
I'm
real
not
life examples, yeah. So I've got a friend who's doing quite well in a minute, and we still maintain like a really good relationship and that. But there are some things that he's doing currently that I can't do or won't do at the minute.
So
And-
we can relate in other ways.
That's very true. But I think what happens in some situations is once you start moving in new circles or having the experiences, those people kind of that you meet in that space, that's kind of your level now, isn't it? It doesn't mean that you throw your friends away, but I do understand for some people why, if someone's maybe in like a business world or that's something that's like really important to them and where that's where they spend a lot of time, it's happening around us. We saw a lot of people like throughout COVID, like really like level up in terms of business. Like, you know, I had this passion I had before, now I'm going to spend more time taking it seriously. I've seen them go off and, you know, really do great things. And for those people, if that now becomes your sole focus, you're really driven in that, I can see how maybe you might have less time. It's not a bad thing in essence.
Bro, what I'm saying is that there's nothing wrong with elevating yourself and achieving your goals, because everyone has their individual dreams.
Yeah.
Before we even develop like relationships and friendships and all of these things, like we all have our picture on the wall, whether it's like in a literal sense or in your mind, right? But at the same time, if I do elevate, I'm not going to shit on my friendships just because they haven't got to the same level that I'm at.
You man are still wearing blue ink jeans. I'm wearing a Miri.
Because in a realistic sense of the world, like not everyone's going to make it to the promised land.
And our friendship, we like to think our relationship wasn't built off money.
It wasn't built off that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, give me a reason. Like, you know, you need to remember why you fucked with the person that you fucked with.
Yeah. You need to have some common ground, some common interests. I think for this example, because it's relationships, the era currently in, once someone talks about they grew, they evolved, and you're talking about going and getting a degree, opening your business, we just lean into the money conversation. But you can outgrow someone spiritually.
Because I can have a business and you can have a business. My business is like, it's calm. Your business has just taken off to a new stratosphere.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like that you're better than me, bro.
Yeah, as we sit and talk about this, Corey Holcomb's got a really bad joke, but a funny joke about he's doing some crowd work in it, talking to ladies' audience, like, look at your man to your left right now. If he gets crazy money tomorrow, you're gone. So it's not just one way that the men do. As soon as the bread comes in, all the stuff, all the bust downs and the stuff they wanted before, and the women and that stuff that comes with it, they go and do that, you know, like
getting bust down babes.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of mandem nowadays like getting in position and putting their friends in position as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and but it
so
depends on the
so
type
saying
of,
that, yeah. Sorry to cut you. Let's say we add our extra context. I put asterisks there because we don't know, but she's gone and got her degree. She opened a business. If she's grown that space now, and maybe he hasn't how she might like, should she bring him in and we like, you know, let's add whatever expertise you have to this business because we're a family essentially. We're
That's
married.
your husband.
Let's grow this thing together.
That could have
Is
been
that like a plausible thing to do?
It is a plausible thing to do, and that could like very well be a possibility in regards to what happened before the breakup. Yeah. But he could just be on like, I don't want this part of, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want this to be my life. He might be content in having a job and coming home.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because running a business, like sometimes like there ain't no clockwork. Like there ain't no like clocking out.
Yeah.
There ain't no sick day, bro.
Yeah, especially if you're opening a business newly, you might have to work some unconventional hours.
Yeah, ain't no sick day. You might have to work 12 hours a day for 6 months. Like, this is not for, what everyone will sign up for. So it is what it is, man. And like, you know, I think some people were looking at it like, rah, like, are you really valuing this marriage within your come up? You know, where does for better, for worse come in?
Yeah.
Where does that like? Do you know what I mean? And there's certain people that get into like marriages on a vibe like where, you know, we don't want children, and then later on, the Donny's like, well, actually, I do.
And then where do you go from there? I agree. I think again, we're kind of just adding our own 2 pence into it and what we feel. But I don't think that it's a bad thing that she's outgrown this person. I personally felt like maybe it was the way that was communicated that came across just a little bit somehow to me.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Thanks.
I agree.
Oh, wow.
No further points.
Oh,
No further questions.
That's that then.
Yeah,
And I just saw that.
what you're really valuing people for.
Yeah, it's a very real thing. Like I do want some, but also you don't have that much time in it to sit down. This could be part of a whole long sit down in that. So,
True.
but on face value, like, yeah, people do outgrow people in it. So, but what were the reasons for you outgrowing? And then you'd be like, okay, cool, that doesn't really hold weight. That does, you know. But I will say as well, like, it doesn't always match up with a lot of your platonic friendships and like how relationships work in a romantic because when you're married to someone, you're building life with them. Like I kept on saying at the start, it's an us, a we thing. The minute you start doing the I thing, I think writing's on the wall.
You hate me.
But I know obviously we're in different space. Women are coming more into their own in a financial sense, political sense, rights in general. And I think as they acquire more information, that's going to be a real thing for some people, isn't it? It's like, I'm doing this. And, you know, if let's say that person was doing all that and still doing all the stuff in the house, all that stuff, it can create a strain in it. So you can see scenarios where on both sides where it is very plausible someone be like, you know, it's not really what I signed up for, innit? You know, or how I viewed you, you're not moving at the same rate that I would like to, innit? So it's just, it's real, innit? So before we go though, I don't know about you guys, I've got some stuff for what we're watching. So got some recommendations. I started watching something's on Netflix, Muscles and Mayhem. It's the story of the initial like gladiators program in America.
I did see the trailer for that.
You're talking sex, steroids.
Gladiators, like, do you feel the power?
Yeah, muscles, all that stuff. So
Rhino in them, man.
Rhino
Hunter
in
in them,
them,
Don.
yeah.
Saracen.
Only one Saracen.
Cheese.
Oh,
look
what
at
a
you showing your
show.
age.
Erika Johnson and John Fashu.
Fash the bash. It's a cool man back in the day. But this is the story of the inception of the actual show in America, innit?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just cast your mind back, these muscular dons on roids and all the groupie stuff, and you know, not being paid properly and merch with their face on. There's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, I think it was a decent watch.
Is it like a limited series?
Yeah, it's a couple episodes on Netflix, innit?
Right.
So I'm sure there's more stuff like
Netflix know how to do the documentary, boy.
I think it's just it's so easy from this point. It's just their bag, really. Like if you got something, you kind of just go there.
Yeah,
that's where you're gonna get like exposure.
Yeah.
And I'd like to think you get some decent money. Could be wrong, but they've got the platform in it. So I watched that, but I haven't yet watched. So Conan or Captain Conan, he has a documentary on Channel 4. And I'll just read out what he said. Over the past few months, I have been involved in the filming of a documentary for Channel 4. The focus of this documentary was my personal journey through therapy, which aimed to address and cope with my past traumas. As a result, I received an official diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder. Throughout the documentary, I traveled across the country, meeting and connecting with other individuals who were also grappling with PTSD. I hope this documentary encourages others to engage in an open dialogue rather than bottling up things like I did. I hope it inspires them to seek help and actively pursue their own healing and self-improvement journeys. Watch here. And this is on Channel 4. His doc, obviously, if you know his story, the mad incident where his stepfather lost his life.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've got other stuff happening on the road, you know. So it's called Untold on Conan Trapped in Trauma on Channel 4. You can watch it on Channel 4 documentaries.
Can you give that watch?
YouTube.
Yeah, I caught a snippet of it
4OD.
yesterday, but I didn't watch it in full. But
I think it's good, man. You know, we've definitely been having offline and online more conversations, black men, in regards to our mental health.
Yeah.
So any type of content that leans towards that, I'm in support of, and especially from noticeable people whether like you like it or not, they have influence in it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. And you know, bringing it to the forefront as well, I think is a good thing. Like that, we need to kind of witness, and seeing someone that's like with the type of content that they have or where they came from as well. You have to kind of have like that tough exterior.
Yeah, for you to survive in them places, you need to.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't be weak.
And then obviously as they transcended into the stars that they are, they you know, started having a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But then, you know, there's certain things when you go home, like when the lights are off, like when the cameras are off, you still have to deal with certain things that will just never go away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, if you're living a fast life, like, do you really have the amount of time to really address it in that way? And nowadays, it's like it's all about awareness as well. Where it will be good to show another aspect of the game that's always glorified. That for not necessarily always the most positive things.
Yeah, listen, tell us, show us your pain. And it was definitely an era of like UK rap, like pain.
Yeah.
Like that, some that means from Benny Banks.
So these are this is like another aspect of that pain.
Yeah, and there's real life example of something that happened. It's marked down. I think it's called, is it My Story? They do the reenactment and that. So like, you know, to even, I don't know what it took for him to even shoot that.
That was powerful.
You know, and it was powerful, you know. And it's a real story, like someone lost their life, you know.
Yeah. And
that trauma of like, you know, they're coming for me, but my stepdad ends up losing his life, you know, and my mum's lost 2 partners over the years.
Yeah.
Like there's, you know, how does the family look at me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
What's the relationship like over the years? Your mum, there's loads of places you can go with this thing, innit? So, you know, I think it's really powerful. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to go and check it out, and just kudos to him for doing that. And I hope it brings some healing for him and anyone else that's suffering from PTSD. So
yeah, there's another documentary out about drill, I think.
Drill on Trial.
Yeah, Drill on Trial. I think it's hosted and narrated by Tiffany Calver.
Yeah, I saw that.
But yeah, man, there's quite a few things out there to watch.
Dreaming Whilst Black is back now, so
shouts to Dreaming Whilst Black.
I ran into Sebastian Till like a weekend or two ago when I was out for my man's B. He was there. And
big up Sebastian.
Yeah, big in my piss. So obviously when it came out, it was just a pilot at the time. I think was it like 2 episodes, 3 episodes?
I think it was like 3.
3, yeah. So I mean, really enjoyed it.
Maybe 4. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But it's confirmed it's coming back. So a number of the stars from the pilot will return too, including Danny Mosley as Amy, Demi Ladipo as Maurice, Rachel Adeji as Fumi,
Rachel Adeji,
Alexander Owen as Adam, and
nice
Will Hislop as Lewis. Dreaming Whilst Black originally started as a web series with the main show set to premiere on BBC 3 and iPlayer. So it is back. Shouts out to everyone over there.
Is it available right now?
It just says July, so it's this month. So look out for it. As soon as I get a date, I'll post it on my social media channels and stuff. So I see Dems post it. So if you remember Dems from like the Tommy Expensive days,
shouts Dems.
So he's doing his thing. So I was really happy to see that for them lot. So
done Barbershop Chronicles. He was amazing in that.
Yeah, I heard he's really good in that. So is there anything you guys have been watching? Anything you want to recommend?
I watched Extraction.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth.
Is it Chris or Liam?
Is it Liam?
One of them. Oh, one of them?
It might be. Who's the one that plays 4? Chris, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes in.
Ham.
I can't lie, he goes in, bro. Yeah. Like the body and that Donnie's doing for the whole films.
Pum.
I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like, obviously, we spoke about John Wick a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And how he was moving on cruddy. Like, I do like, or let me say love, an action where it's just action through and through.
Yeah.
Like, the Donnie cannot be killed, but how he's bodying his opponents is just in a mad way.
Yeah.
Like, where the man them ain't got no chance.
Scores of men falling at his feet.
Bro, and do you know what the funny thing is that, like, I don't even know what he's beefing for, but every kill felt personal.
Hey, man.
Then there's a number 2, and the way he well, he obviously doesn't die at the end of number 1, but when you feel like he dies or when he gets taken out at the very end, you're just a bit like, you can't come back from that. Like he's
You're not surviving this nigga.
He is dead. If there wasn't already a number 2, I think I'd find it very difficult to, do you know what I mean? Like see how he would survive all of that.
Bro, and the thing is that like after the works that he mashed in number 1, I'm thinking you possibly can't mash more work in number 2.
Oh, we'll find a way.
Fam, like he didn't even chill for a bit. Like man had like 9 months prep after being like bedridden, like in a coma for ages.
50 Cent vibe.
Fam, he just came back on a madness where they were like, nah, bro, you can't do this. Like, you're not ready. And he was like, yeah?
Cool the guy.
Started bodying all the Georgians.
Bro, you gotta respect it, man.
Fam, bro, it was if you're into action, that is a great action first film and sequel.
Yeah.
I feel like a fight between him and John Wick would be very, very, very interesting.
It'll be epic.
Watch.
It'll be epic. The Donnie extraction Donnie is more hench, but John Wick has the suit, the bulletproof suit.
When you've got them added extras, it's a bit rough.
And they're both experts at headshots. Like the majority of the kills are like headshots, like in quick succession. It's mad.
It's just like heal.
Smoke, innit?
The choreography's nuts, and I think like that became like it was like a lost kind of thing in action movies.
Yeah, because coming up, we've got, you know, as technology advances, they have to do. In my opinion, they have to do as much in it.
But I'm focusing on like the fight scenes.
That's what I'm saying. Though, as technology advances, more fire, more explosions. We don't have to.
Yeah,
the actual fight scenes itself don't really hold up.
Yeah, don't give me like special effects. I want to see like a proper scrap.
Yeah.
With guns, and when the guns run out, they pull a knife out of like
their boot,
wherever they find it from, bro. And like they're dashing it about like proper combat, which is
it's a good way to describe it. Combat.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Watched Nick Fury.
Okay.
On Destiny's Child on Disney Plus.
It's a destiny. It's a destiny.
Disney Plus. Oh my god! On Disney Plus. The guy Nick Fury from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is doing the damn thing. There's only been one episode out, so I'll let people enjoy things, but would highly recommend that.
Did you guys see that The Idol's been cancelled? It got tanked. The reviews are so crap. They're like, hey, The Weeknd, hey, get back in the studio, bro.
I watched some of the first episode, and it was a bit like,
yeah, the acting was a bit stiff still.
Yeah,
they're like
a little bit.
Yeah, this ain't. It's done. It's been cancelled. Like,
I didn't even know that.
Other movie. What's it called? Okay, don't worry.
No,
I can't remember what it's called.
Got mental block there. Forgot.
Yeah.
So the Nick Fury series is called Secret Invasion. Just to let the listeners know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got.
It's not called. If you're looking, if you go and find
searching Nick Fury.
If you go on Disney Plus and look for Nick Fury, you won't find anything. Secret Invasion, starring Samuel L. Jackson.
There was
How to Catch a Killer.
Yes, with the policewoman.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was that? Netflix or Amazon?
No, it was on Now TV, I think. Sky, something.
To Catch a Killer follows a young cop who she didn't get into the special services, whatever.
The police academy.
Yeah, like something like that.
Okay.
A couple of years before, because of some of the issues that she had in the past. But she's trying to help people find a killer. Right. But she's really good at what she does, but she's very unsuspecting. Like, you look at her and she just looks like pasty and like she doesn't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
But she's actually really good at her job.
Okay.
I won't give away too much.
I mean, it's called How to Catch a Killer. Like, we get the synopsis.
No. But I mean, in terms of, well, yes. There were some parts where I was a bit like, oh, okay. Didn't really get that, but not in. I definitely recommend it.
So just to recap, Muscles and Mayhem, and an unauthorized story of American gladiators. We've got Drill on Trial, as I said. Dreaming Whilst Black is coming back. And we have the documentary from Conan on Channel 4, as a reminder, it is called Untold, Conan Trapped in Trauma. And Chrissy, your one, the Nick Fury thing, what was it, Vans?
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
I watched. I started watching a show called The Bear. It's on. It's also on Disney Plus. But it's programmed by FX. Same people that brought us Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's about a chef who sort of like inherits his brother's restaurant after he passes away.
Yeah. And
he tries to turn things around. I'm only on episode 2. Quick episodes, like half an hour each. Okay. So it's but it's good so far. Yeah. I'm enjoying it so far. So that's another one that I recommend. Yeah.
Love that for us.
Season 2 just dropped.
All right, cool. We'll check all that stuff out. We've got a lot of new music to dive into. We can, just for obviously like editing purposes, I'll probably cut this camera now. So if you're watching the YouTubes, we gone. We out.
I'll do it.
Yeah, Chris will do that. Thank you. Appreciate you, Chris. Me and Vans.
Need to go to toilet.
Need to go to toilet as well.
Yeah.
Gonna take a pause for the cars.
Pause for the cars.
As the people then would say.
Yeah.
Off the cuff worldwide, baby.